start this off like we do every practice. This is the most meaningful practice to me. I want to thank every single one of you, man. I really do. Right here. What are the 3 T's? They're right there. We signed sort of a contract every day at practice. I know in the beginning it was a little corny, right? I thought during the summer, I said, oh, what can I do to really have these kids buy in? And I came up with this, okay? The 3 T's. No one ever taught me this, but I'll tell you what. Being true to the game. No shortcuts in any sport, especially basketball, because basketball will humble everybody here. You know why? Because every single possession you're playing offense and defense, and guess what? There's no hiding. We can't put you somewhere else. We can't have strategies. It's basically player against player, okay? So that's number 1, being true to the game and trust. Trust yourself, and what else? Trust who else?
Your teammates.
And guess what? You guys were phenomenal at that, right, coaches?
100%.
I mean, at the beginning of the season, we were a little nervous about the trust part, and then that was never an issue from that point forward. A month in, I'm like, the trust part, these kids have it. It's done. The trust is over with. The true to the game was a little tougher. That's always the toughest thing. You know why? Because there's times where you're tired in your heart and your legs. It took us a month to get our basketball feet and legs and lungs, like I said, right? You guys got it. All right? Teamwork. That's another tough one. No matter what sport you play, teamwork's important. Beginning of the year, you know, what did I say about, you heard the not impressed story, right? You guys remember that? I talk a lot about it, or about myself. I apologize. It's just basketball. It's so important to me. I tucked it away for almost 27 years because of the chip I had on my shoulder, and like I said, it'll chew you and spit you out if you're not careful, right? And that's what it sort of did to me. It sort of humbled me. So what I can do is thank you guys for reintroducing it to me. And it means a lot. I got goosebumps again. Talk about goosebumps. Like if you are passionate about something, it just comes naturally, organically, okay? So the teamwork end of it, hey, you shoot against 2 or 3 guys and score, I'm not impressed. Oh, go ahead, Chris. I saw it nudge. What are you saying? Are you getting Jadon? Hey, you shot against 2 or 3 guys? No. Sometimes it works, but we bought in. You know what that means? It doesn't matter who scores, we score, right? No, I'm serious, guys. So that's the 3 T's. And Nicole, I'm sorry, I ramble on. I know that I want to make it like quick, but thank you. So that's what that meant. The boys actually signed up every practice or at the end of practice. Jadon, where are you? You always reminded me, Coach, we need to sign. Thank you for that. So that gives you a little history about the 3 T's, okay? When we started off back in what? When did we go to Northwood? September.
Northwood outside, Coach.
Northwood outside.
55 degrees, who's coming?
Right? We went outside and all of a sudden, these guys are showing up. I'm bringing all the props and stuff, and we're doing basketball drills. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was a little overwhelmed. Right, coaches? We talked and we're like, whoa, you know, give it time. They'll be fine. But you guys from September until March, right now, if we played a basketball game, you guys would be so like in tune with each other. I know it from this point forward. But I mean, what do you guys think? Did we come a long way or what?
100%.
Yeah, and so thank you for that, because we're doing off-season workouts. We all play other sports, you know. Basketball in our house, unfortunately, I did it to Joy. It's a full-time, it's like an all-year thing, right? There is no off-season. So I'm sorry for that, Joe. But thank you guys. So now I want to explain one thing about what we normally do. We did it last year, which, by the way, I want to thank Coach Sam. Last year, he came to me and asked, hey, Adam, would you mind helping me out coaching basketball? And I said, let me think about that. Yes. I didn't have to think long, right, Coach? So I want to thank him for getting me back into this sport, because it's my life, you know, and I really like it. It taught me a lot of things. The worst thing I hear sometimes is, oh, if you lose a basketball game or something, people say it's only a game. Well, you don't know what it is to a certain person. It was a lot more than a game to me, okay? So thank you for that. So what we did last year, and we thought it was a good idea to do it again, on the first day, we have a little thing that you filled out. Some of us I had to remind 4 or 5 times. I'm not saying any names, right? But we're true to the game, so. Oh, coach, I forgot it. I'm like, oh, Justice, it's March. Right? No. So it was about a week. Justice brought it in. So what we're going to do, we're going to read these out loud. We signed them back in October. Some things you want to work on. Knowing your strength and knowing your weakness, right? And things you need to improve on. Right? So that we did this back in, I don't know, 5 months ago? 7 months ago.
Who's counting?
I told you I love basketball, not math. So now, we're going to see if I did, or if the coaches and myself did our jobs correctly. Maybe you guys improved just a little bit, right? I can answer that right now. I know you did. All right? But what we're going to start with, not only the players, coaches, the coaches had to sign something, right? So we're going to read first, I think. I think it makes more sense to have the coaches read. We had a sort of a what we want to improve on and what our strengths are, right? So you guys can draw straws on who wants to go first. But let's get the coaches up here. Remember what I did? And you know what? We're sitting in the hot seat. So coach, come sit and take a seat here. Yeah, see, and now they're reading it. Now they're gonna. Well, I'm pretending like I'm reading, but I'm gonna make something up here. So who wants to start?
Got a lot there.
All right, I'll go first. All right,
You guys, listen.
what are areas of coaching style do you want to improve this season? Would like to improve the ability to educate this age group on the motion offense benefits. Looking forward to coaching again, and turning these guys into a team, and that they can continue their friendships for many years. That was one of them. What are you looking forward to the most during the basketball season? The jump the team will make from the beginning of the season to the end, the growth and the maturity of the team. Yeah, that one worked out well. Who's your favorite basketball player and why? Michael Jordan. The debate can go on forever, but no one is better.
Hey. Thank you, coach.
All right, guys. I had the first question, coaching style. What do you want to improve on for this year? I said learn different plays off the motion offense because we started the motion last year, but Coach Randall really took it a step forward with that. I also said devise a defense that nobody wants to score on. I think we did that. That Shelby was sick. Nobody really, there's a lot of times that we look back and we had single digits or just like under 20. Right. The other team was scoring, so that's great. I also put basketball IQ, not only for you guys, but for myself too, get better basketball IQ. Coach Randall definitely did that for us. And of course, outwork everyone. That's kind of my thing, and kind of our thing. What are you looking forward to most during this basketball season? Watching the boys progress as basketball players, and more importantly, as people and as friends. I think we've all done that. Favorite basketball player? I put Michael Jordan. I know last year I think I put somebody else. John Stockton. But I put MJ this year because he's a winner, and all of you guys are winners no matter what. So thank you.
Hey, let's test that basketball IQ. When the shot goes up, what do we do?
Box out.
You turn and find, then box out, right? Right? A strong side drive opens up.
Weak side drive.
We're getting close. All right. I want to keep teaching. If we have time, like gym time, like this is gym time. No, we're not going to teach today. All right. Read line. All right. Here we the read line, right? You guys talking about the read line and the motion, right? Read and react, motion, style offense, sort of hybrid. All right. What area of your coaching style do you want to improve this season? What would you like to learn or gain from the experience of coaching the boys? I hope I can stay focused on basketball development for all 9 boys. I also want to make sure I try to let the boys have fun. I need to improve on that a little bit. But create a very competitive environment. You guys, when you guys scrimmage against, we had to stop. It's like, you guys are on the same team, man.
How many times we say the scrimmaging was even better sometimes than some of the games?
Oh my God, yeah, so I think I did okay with that, or we did okay with that. I hope that, this is where I might get emotional, I hope the boys can allow me to love a sport that was so important to my life. So thank you. I think I like that so much. What are the things you're looking forward to most during the season? I'm looking forward to witnessing true basketball skill development. You guys did that. I hope you can all look at yourself and say you're a better basketball player at this point. Can you?
Yeah.
Do you truly believe that? Do you trust yourself?
Yeah.
Because guess what? You're not the only ones. We believe it. We see it. We all witness it. Okay? I'm also looking forward to the challenge of playing basketball the right way, in my opinion, even if it means other teams play with a distinct advantage for short-term success. Man, I was pretty elaborate back in October, wasn't I? What does that mean? That means at your age level, I've been through it. I'm not going to cut ourselves short. I'm going to be true to the game. That last game, guess what? I could have been short-sighted and played a zone defense, which was screaming for it against Penfield. I was true to the game. Not happening at this point in our basketball career. If you guys continue, I think you're ready for it. At the beginning of the season, how can you play a zone defense if you don't even know the man-to-man principles and never been taught the proper way to play man-to-man on and off the ball? You can't. Okay? So I think I did okay on that, in my opinion. A little hard-headed, parents, because I think we could have won a few more games. Okay? But you know what? They're a win in my mind. I'm not selling out. Who's your favorite basketball player and why?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, by far, my lifetime favorite. But Luka Doncic, he is always the most skilled player on any basketball court he'll step in the entire world. Probably not the most athletic person on the court, but his confidence and his ability make him the best in my mind. Adam Randall, 10-2-2022. Okay? So, coaches, we're gonna have each boy come up and we're gonna say a little something about each player after they read. Now, guys, try to be as loud as you can so everybody can hear you. I'll read it for you if you want, buddy. If you're not comfortable, come on up. Jadon Lynn, let's go. You want me to read it for you? For coaches?
No, go on. I can't see that.
I'll read it for you if you're not comfortable, buddy. But you should do it. You can do it. Yeah. You want me to read the question? You answer it? What area of your basketball game would you like to improve this season? You can provide multiple areas as improvement as well.
I want to work on my handles and to not be afraid while driving into the layup.
That's a great job. Basically, not afraid to get into the mix, right? You improved tremendously at that. I can answer that question for you. How many layups did Jadon get? Yeah, so you're not afraid anymore to get in the mix. All right. What's the next one? Oh, you want me to read it? What is your biggest strength or skill set on the basketball court?
My biggest skill set would be shooting and passing.
Shooting and passing, parents. I agree with that. Right? Let's go. What else do you got, buddy? What are you looking forward to most during the basketball season?
Getting better than my bigger brother.
I love that part.
Sir, are you gonna take that little disrespect?
And then, who's your favorite basketball player and why?
Steph Curry. Oh my God! Cheater, because he's a good shooter and good with hands. Yeah.
All right, guys. about Jadon.
We're tired.
Jadon, you love the game of basketball, and I can see it every day with you. You have improved tremendously with your physicality. Defensively, when you joined the team, I saw you were a little, like, not timid, but sort of not as aggressive as you were towards the end of the season. Your offensive skills have been improved as well, too. And I want to thank you. I learned a lot from you. And thank you, the Wynn family, especially for filming every game, because we have watched it. I have spent more time, like, I don't even know how much time I've spent watching the game. Thank you so much. Coaches, would you like to say anything?
I just, you can talk about basketball, your first step, Jadon. I think from a character standpoint, what I saw with you though, is that you broke out of your shell. Like in practice, you were definitely a lot more, active with the guys, being a little funny, but also just having a good time. I love that. Like, I could see like you definitely felt more confident. It was awesome.
I just want to say, Jadon, you're a great kid. You're a very good basketball player. And I think we started the Sauce nickname.
You started it.
Okay, but there's a reason. I'm gonna tell the reason finally. The reason why we call him Sauce because he's sticky, because he likes to steal the ball a lot.
Yes.
So that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
So right there.
You still gotta be better than me, though. What? You still gotta be better than me.
Justice, you're next, buddy.
What? You still have to be better than me first.
Ollie, over.
Sir, you're gonna disrespect.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we have Justice here, everyone. You want me to read or you read? You're good. You're
Come
not.
on, he read it.
Justice in the chat.
Yes, sir. Go fast.
Okay. What area of your basketball game would you like to improve this season? You can provide multiple areas,
I would like to improve with my shooting.
and you certainly did that, buddy. When you get your feet set and you actually hips down, hips up, ball up, nothing but net, I'm telling you. But you can't rush it. What's your biggest strength or skill set on the basketball court?
My biggest strength is my defense and running rebounds.
I'll agree with that. And there's a couple of other things that come to mind I'm going to mention in a minute. What are you looking forward to the most during the basketball season?
Just play.
That's right. Basketball players play, man. That's what we do. Go ahead. Who's your favorite basketball player?
I like Steph Curry.
Oh, what the
Yeah! Steph Curry. Because I like when he performs really well.
All right. So I'll say a few things about Justice. When I saw you at tryouts, I didn't know Justice. I saw this kid diving for loose balls, high-fiving people, and had some skill too. And I'm like, whoa, who's this guy? So I'll tell you what, Justice, I'll take you on my team any day of the week. I'm so proud of you. You just have to, the trust part, trust yourself, man, because you are better than you know, seriously. And your father, he texted, I think, Coach Sam and said, hey, I don't know Coach Randall, but tell him thanks for having Justice. And I'm like, I don't need to have your father thank me. You know why? Because you deserve it. And I'll tell you what, thank you for everything. Coaches, anything?
Justice, you're always one of the hustlers on the team, which we love a lot as coaches. You hustle in baseball, you hustle in basketball, and that's what it's all about, man. So just keep hustling, you're gonna be fine, dude. You're awesome.
All right, guys.
Yeah, great. No, real quick. Yeah, everyone said everything good. You're just a great kid. You're just a
Yeah,
great kid.
absolutely.
I love it though.
Wait, we're gonna have three strikes in a row. You're serious? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What area of your basketball game would you like to improve this season? I would like to improve my shooting. What is your biggest strength or skill set on the basketball court? Getting rebounds, layups, and dribbling. What are you looking forward to the most during the basketball season? What's playing the games? And who is your favorite basketball player and why? I think Steph Curry. Because he has
What the heck?
Hey, okay, let me say something about, I call him J-Dog. I have nicknames for people, right?
We have like 8.
Yeah, we have, everybody's a J, everybody's a dog, number one, but this is J-Dog here. So. Jaden, you know what I noticed the most about you this season is your maturity. look at, you're making eye contact with me. You came ready to play every practice. You were locked in, man. You have a natural ability to score the basketball. I can only give you so many different things to do, and then you take it from that further, or from that point on further. So he was in my driveway last summer. Remember, there's only a certain handful here. We were doing summer workouts, player development, right? I can tell you what, buddy, it paid off. So I appreciate all your hard work. You keep playing because I know you love this game. I can feel it and I can sense it, and you're a big part of our team, just like everybody here. So thank you for that.
The thing with Jadon for you right now is just, look, there are things you do on the court sometimes I'm like, wow, like way above your age. So just keep working hard. There's a lot of great things about your game. Your body's going to be changing as you know, as you keep getting older, stronger, faster. So just keep working hard. You'll be great.
Jay Hibbs, you're a great basketball player. You're only gonna get better. Just keep putting in the work. But what I like about you is you're even a better person than you are even a basketball player. You're a very good basketball player. So just keep being the good person you are, and the sky's the limit for you. And these guys, you know, you guys are all brothers, and it's great to watch. And I just want to say thank you.
When you get done with your sneakers, I'll take them. They're my size. Right, size 12. All right, Ben.
Oh boy.
So Benny, I call you Benny. I don't know if you like it or not. I probably should have asked you. All right, good. All right, Benny.
I would like to improve my ball handling. What's the biggest change and skill of basketball? Rebounding. What are you looking for to move from basketball? Getting better. Having fun. Who is your favorite basketball player? Dennis Rodman.
Yes.
I told you that.
Yes, Dennis Rodman.
Yes, sir.
So,
100%. And it's so 100%.
let me explain how I feel about Ben and his progression. Number one, you're one hell of a passer. His court vision. I don't know if you noticed that, coaches. You see the court, and you know what? You're sort of born with that. You can improve that, but it's a natural ability. So you have, it's not on your list there, but you're a great passer. Your ball handling in practice. That part about trust yourself. His ball handling got so much better in practice with the agility drills. You do it during practice. Play in the game, you can do it. So you have improved your ball handling tremendously. You're such a great teammate. I learned a lot from you. He leads by example, right? Always playing hard, always helping your teammates out, so thank you for that. Coaches?
There's no secret, right? Let's be honest. You're one of the strongest kids probably in your grade, let alone.
No, he is.
But like you said, you work at it, and that's the key. All of you work at it, and you're kind of like one of those silent leaders on the team. You know, you can sort. You guys don't say much, but you guys do it on the court. But again, you're a great kid, and you work hard, and it shows that you guys stick together, all 9 of you, and that's what it's all about. So keep going, man. You're gonna do great stuff.
Yeah, Ben, all very good at everything. The big two that stuck out with me is beginning of the year, you'd be going 1,000 miles an hour, you're fast as heck, right? But by the end of the year, you knew how to hit the brakes, put the layup in. And then in the three-point contest, Ben was right there at the end of the year. He was always in it.
The
So
rotation.
his shot got a lot better, right?
Exactly.
He started- You could tell he was working something, he was doing something. So
Yeah.
good for you, buddy.
Yeah, you have a natural spin on that,
Yeah.
that rotation. All right, Landon, before you do that, can we have our shooters only dance, please?
Hope we get that video.
So during the shooters only competition, Landon would do that right in front of the shooter, which thank you for that. All right.
Oh boy. The things we saw at practice.
What area of your basketball game would you like to improve this season? Particularly in shooting?
biggest strength or skill set on the basketball court in defense? What are you looking for most in the games?
Games. Yeah, that's why we play basketball for the games, right? It's fun.
Who's your favorite basketball player live genre? Because
All right, so one thing that I can say right away that your shooting has improved. What does coach say? And Joey, you remember watching the tape, right? What do I say about to bring it to the next level? What do we need to do? Because you have a natural shot even when you flick it, like I used to. Joey saw a tape of me, so we have the same jump shot. But you're in 6th grade. I was doing it in 9th grade because I never had anyone like myself explaining me the hand placement, the hip placement, the foot. If you continue to do that, you're not only going to be a good shooter, you might be an elite shooter. And I'm not just saying that. Yeah, no, and your ball handling has improved, and you light up every room, man. That's just what you did, man. Keep it up. Good job, coaches.
There's so much I can say about Hollywood. The first thing is your energy on the court is always there. You always give 100%, especially on defense. You're always there. You became a better offensive player this year, I thought too, which is great. And you know your energy. The one thing I want you to believe in yourself all the time. Even when things go bad, it's okay. Just turn a page. Other than because you're a great kid, you're a great basketball player, you're a great baseball player, but you really do well. When the chips are down, you're one of those guys we want with us in that foxhole all 9 years. That's what it's all about. So keep working, man.
I mean, you guys said a lot, but one thing for me right now with you, Landon, is I think basketball is going to be something really cool for you. Like, I think you love it. And I know your dad talks to me a little bit about it, where like, if you stuck with this, I know you play other sports and you should, this could be really good for you. Like, this could be a fun game you're good at. Like, I really do believe it.
Absolutely. All right. So we have Benny, and I'm sorry I called you Johnny all season. I don't know if you like it or not, but all right. So this is John. Go ahead.
Hey, what area of basketball games, of your basketball game, would you like to improve this? I wrote lefty layups.
Yes.
What is your biggest strength or skill set on the basketball court? I wrote defense. What are you looking forward to most during the basketball season? Winning games.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite basketball player and why? I wrote James Harden. But it changed to John Lennon.
Oh, okay. You can change. That's fine.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to keep going, I'm sure. It might not be playing next time.
Might be doing 5 for 10.
So,
I think we're gonna get rid of the jerk.
there's a bunch of things I can say about you, John. The first thing that comes to mind is you were at every single practice injured with your hip flexor. It's true, okay? And you know what? Remember this in anything in life. Sometimes not even, like when you're sitting on the sideline or you're watching it happen, you learn just as much sometimes even more. So I thank you for that. Now, your biggest skill set, you said, was defense, right? That's one of them. You have a natural way to lead with your play. All right, you're a leader on the court by your effort and your confidence, okay? You finish layups, left-handed layups. We started at AAU, I'm watching it left-handed, it's like you're very comfortable. So I'd say you improved tremendously on that. And you're shooting, right? Trust yourself with your ball handling. Show us those eyes, right? You hear Coach always say, let me see those eyes. Thank you, John. John did tremendous, so.
John again is one of those silent leaders, and I mean that with all respect, because he leads, like Coach said, by example on the court. John is also, he knows the game very well. He's kind of like another coach on the court, if you will. And he's a great teammate. And you're a great kid, man. And just keep going. You got great parents. You know, you've got great siblings. Just keep it going, man. And the sky's the limit for you in multiple sports, but especially basketball.
Coach B, can I say something real quick? Coach, it's 100% right. You're one of the smartest basketball players I've been around. You had to play 4 positions,
Yeah.
you were like my utility guy. So thank you for that. Go ahead.
So I don't know why Coach said it, because I was going to say that, of course.
He took it from me.
That's all right.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
listen, I've gotten to see John for a long time. John and Chris played together for a long time. So, I mean, there's a couple things with John. He's never intimidated.
Never.
Like, I do love that about you, John. You're never intimidated, which I love. Meaning you're always rise to the occasion, and your intelligence on the court. We asked you to do a lot. We started asking you to play the 2 last second, right? I mean, we were throwing a lot of things. So, and again, great kid. Really appreciate again another sport. Keep playing it. This is a great thing.
Never played poker with this guy. You should know what he's got.
That's
Look
right.
at it. Look at his
That's
face.
right.
Yeah.
Were you afraid of number 55? No, I don't think so.
No one
And
was
guess
afraid
what?
of you.
I think you had 1 foul legitimately out of the 5.
Who's
We're not
counting?
going there. Everybody, thanks. All right. Christopher.
Oh boy. Get the cameras out of this.
What area of your basketball game would you like to improve this season? I would like to improve my left-hand layups and being a better passer. What is your biggest strength or skill set on the basketball court? I think my strength is creating space to score. What are you looking forward to the most during the basketball season? I'm looking forward to winning with the team. Who's your favorite basketball player alive? My favorite basketball player is Steph Curry from the Warriors.
Bro, what is this?
Because the Warriors are my favorite team and they're really good shooter.
All right. So there's so many things.
Don't you like the Knicks?
There's so many things that come to mind. Chris, you've been playing basketball a long time. I would text and call your father. I'd apologize. Hey, man, I'm sorry if I'm being too hard on Chris. You know, he reminds me a lot of myself when I played, and you know, I'm trying to bring out the best of you, right? And I'm not trying to make your head big, but you have a lot of raw talent, and stick with the game of basketball because you're not missing the trust or the confidence. You have that. Some kids try to develop that. I had a kid that played on my team, the best practice player in the world. As soon as he got on the court, he would not perform, right? So you have done things at your age that I think you're ahead of most basketball players offensively. All right, now we're going to get into areas of improvement. In the beginning of the season, I was all over Chris about defense, right, coaches?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I was pretty hard on him, right? Right? I mean, I didn't even apologize to you. But if you're going to play for me or play basketball in the future, I am nothing compared to coaches that you're going to see in the future because no matter how good you are on offense, you have to be just as good on defense. So if you didn't have it on there, you improved tremendously on the defensive end. Okay? So I know it doesn't seem like important to kids at this age, but everyone plays defense, but how many of you actually play defense? We all do now. So that's what sticks out to me. The offensive stuff, hey man, you have it. So just say with it, all right?
I'll let you go last. I listen. So, couple things. I see you a lot, right? Off the court, on the court, a lot. One thing that comes to mind with you that you've gotten so much better at is humility. Being more humble on the court. What I mean by that is your passing. I know I tell you that sometimes, but I mean your passing has gotten 100% better since than last year. And you're distributing the ball so unselfish. I cannot thank you enough because it helps the whole team out. We all know you can score. We all know that. And your defense has gotten better. But that passing, keep it up, man. And stay humble. All you stay humble. Because in life, it'll help you off the court, on the court, at school, job someday. That's what life is all about. But other than that, keep it up, man. We love you.
So never easy to coach your son, right? So did it put a strain on my relationship with my kid for like, yeah, probably a little bit, right? But it's also really cool to be there with your kid. A lot of good qualities, Chris, they said it. For me, what I would love to see you take is leadership. I'd love to see you more vocal to your leader. I think that in between your ears is where you can make the biggest jump. So that's, I enjoyed the season. I know we had some battles after in the car, but, you know, it's a fun game. It's tough. So,
Yeah. All right,
Be loud.
What area of your basketball game would you like to improve on in this season? I want to improve on my handles, passes, and shooting. What is your biggest strength or skills on the basketball court? My biggest strength is defense. What are you looking forward to the most during the basketball season? I'm looking forward to playing the basketball games. Yeah. Who's your favorite basketball player and why? RJ Barrett is my favorite basketball player because I like his effort, his shooting, and he's humble, and he's good.
He's not. He's not.
Okay, so first off, let me say that your shooting has improved, your passing has improved, and your ball handling has improved. You just have to trust it, Sammy. Okay? That trust part. You have gotten so much better at it. Just the agility stuff during practice. If you can do it during practice and against your teammates, you can do it in the game, right? Trust yourself. One thing I want to say about Sammy, we had some run-ins too, right? Like there's some times where I was a little hard. I talked to coach, hey man, I'm sorry, you know, I took you out of the game once and you were like, man, you're mad, right? You can't teach that stuff. That's normal too. And I told him, I said, hey, I never wanted to come out of any game, no matter how tired, how many fouls. So that's a good trait to have, okay? So I thank you for it. Keep working, but you have to be confident and trust yourself because your shooting's always been good, but I think you improved tremendously the passing. Forget about it. Trust your ball game. Trust it, okay?
So yeah, similar, Sammy, I get to see you a lot, of course. You're two different kids, which I love, and where I'm going to go with this is, when you're outside of basketball, you got this sweet little, always very polite, and on the court, your competitiveness is awesome, so don't ever lose that. I have a good time with you, I shove you around a lot when we're playing, messing around, and Sammy is just always going to give you everything he's got, so I'll make you a friend,
Like Coach L said, and Coach Manchaki knows, and Coach Randall, you know now, it's very tough to coach yourself. But for years, we've been doing it. It's because, for me personally, I'm a dad that's trying to coach a little bit. I've learned a lot from Coach Manchaki, learned a lot from this guy, even from Coach L. And the key is he's a great kid, we all know that, but he gives 110%. And he knows who he is on the court, so keep doing that, and also on the field. But also your work ethic is like none other. And I know a lot of times people don't believe me, but Sammy's the one that always wants to go out there on the court or in the cage or wherever and put in the work. And it's not really me sometimes. So keep doing that, like I said, but keep that fire going. I mean, everybody knows how fast you are or good defense you are, but just know who you are, and you do, and keep working hard, and sky's the limit for you. So thank you, man.
I didn't drop it.
All right. Talk about difficult coaching.
What area of your basketball game would you like to improve this season? I put finishing and passing off the dribble. What is your biggest strength or skill set on the basketball court? I put shooting and ball handling. And what are you looking forward to the most during the basketball season? Having fun, winning, and improving. And who's your favorite basketball player and why? It's Luka Doncic because his step back is the best in the game. He may not be like as athletic as every other player, but he's him.
Oh my
Exactly right.
Bro, hey, relax. Travel around.
You want to go last, Coach?
Yeah.
Let's go last of this. So again, Joey, we all know, first of all, flat out, you're a great person, a great kid. Your parents raised you right. That's why you are. I mean, I've been coaching you legit since upwards. We remember back then, when I was even more crazy than that now. And you've always been a great ball handler. You've gotten so much better in ball handling skills. Your shot has always been there, but believe in it even more so than you believe in it now, because I think your shot is one of the best around. Very pure. Your defense has gotten so much better. But the main thing is, like I said, you're a very good basketball player, but you're just like all these other guys, you're a better person. And just keep believing in yourself. Turn the page when things don't get bad, when things get bad. I know we talked a few times this year about doing that, and I think you've gotten totally better at that, which is key. Sometimes it doesn't take, it takes a long time, and you've done that within weeks and months. Sometimes it takes years to understand that, how to turn the page. But that fire, and I talked about this with your dad a lot, everybody has it here, but you got it a lot. That fire is good though. So you got, if you can tame it, then just unleash it when you have to, but then you got to tame it at the tune time. But other than that, dynamite, man. It's been a pleasure and an honor coaching you throughout these years, and good luck wherever you're going to be, and we'll be watching. All right? Love you, Joey.
For those who don't know, Joey's my neighbor actually. So I've been in the city since 2015. Even though construction last night
When I had my crane out there and it woke your whole family up and then hated me.
6 a.m. Yeah, that was good. So I've seen Joey, since real little. This is the first time as far as coaching Joey, but my office actually looks out pretty much. I can see Joey pretty much every day after school. This kid's working. Even when it's like 20 degrees out, he's shooting. So I know how much you put time in, and I really am so impressed on how far you've come in the last year or two. Not that you weren't good at basketball, but you are very good right now. This is a game. I know you're gonna have a lot of fun in AU. I'm excited that you're playing that. I think it's good for you to have some other coaching too. I love your dad, you know that. But I think it's not easy sometimes playing for your father, right? I think you did a great job with it. What I would love to see is you continue to be that leader, more of the leadership, and just keep believing in yourself. If you miss a shot, who cares? Steph Curry goes 3 for 13, right? But then he shoots 10 more times, you know what I mean? So I think that, the work to me, when you work hard at anything in life, there's going to be a benefit, and you have such an amazing work. So I'm excited to see what you're doing.
Thank you. So I think both coaches had a lot of, I agree with everyone. And it is so difficult. I don't know if anybody, Coach Manchaki is. I've been coaching you with basketball on the side since you were a kid, training. And I always said this in a selfish way. No matter what happens with Joey through the course of his basketball life, he's going to be okay with basketball because it's in his blood, in my opinion. Not to be arrogant or cocky, but you're going to be okay. So I joined not only to help you, but I want to help everyone else just as much as you. And you guys have to truly believe me on that. I was harder on Joey, I hope you guys can agree, and sometimes warranted, and sometimes I needed to learn from my mistakes, and I think I did. I was harder than you than on Chris, and perseverance comes to mind, man. That's all I can say is when things are difficult in life and you come out the way you have so far, each year, what do? We set not a huge goal. I don't want to talk too much, but Joey and I set 2 to 3 things each summer. This is what we're going to, by next basketball season, these 3 things we're going to improve on. And I let Joey decide that, not me, because I don't want to micromanage. What do you want to get better on by next basketball season? Coach is spot on. I've lived it. I've seen CYO legends. I've seen them. I've been through it all. Somewhere along the line, they just sort of plateau and stop. Not all of them, most of them. It's work ethic. So thank you for that. I'm so proud of you, man. The trust thing is the biggest one. If you can trust yourself and realize how skilled you are, I'm telling you, you're gonna do so well in life. And that thing that Coach Sam said, you can thank me for that, and I'm apologizing, but there's a couple incidents in practice where your emotion got the better of you, right? You kicked the ball or threw the ball and it hit Jadon in the ribs and you get, oh my God, right? He was so upset, but we talked about it. I talked to Mom.
There's no injuries. Everything's fine.
I said, I'm the only one that can find a positive out of something like that, hitting your teammate with the ball and almost breaking his ribs, right? There's nothing positive about that, but I said, he's got that thing. You can't teach that thing. You have to channel it and use it in the future. So thank you for that.
Hey, real quick. I want to say something real quick. So, look, for Sam and I, we did our best to help. Some good things. Sam did a lot of good things. Very happy. Thank you, Sam. Adam is basketball crazy. And what I mean by that is, we all have jobs and things we do in life. I have no idea how he does what he does, because the preparation, he comes to practice, he has like pretty much a 5 to 10 minute speech ready to go for the team.
It's a dinner menu.
Every day. Like, and it's a different speech, and it's something you can take in life. He's got the entire practice set up, plays, how we're gonna go the entire time. He's thinking already 4 steps ahead. We're fortunate. That's what I'd like to try to say. Like, the kids, you guys are really lucky, and I'm not saying that because I've known Adam. He knows, like, we have some crazy conversations sometimes, you know, and he's just thinking of ways. He's like, all right, I think this is what I want to do, and the time he puts in is amazing. So thank you, Coach.
Same thing. Really quick story. We met as a coaching staff like in late August, September in his house, and he put these plays on his screen about the size of this thing, and he was like, he had a play on top of a play on top of a play, and it was like, and it was just counters and just great basketball mind, great basketball IQ. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted him to coach. And you know, so thank you. Thanks for helping us, and thanks for helping the boys. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, right? And they've all gotten better because of you. So, thank you.
One last thing I'm going to let, I don't want to talk too long, sorry, Nicole. I get talking and I just embellish. But one thing that my goal was this year, it wasn't the basketball part that scared me, because basketball's basketball. Like, I'm not intimidated by it. I was nervous about how the parents would react to someone like me. You know, we talked about that a lot, a little intense, and how the boys would react. Well, hopefully the parents are okay with me, but I know you guys have performed for me, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. One last word of advice, leaving. If you continue to play basketball, sort of like our positions at work, we all have a large project, right? I'm in construction. I think we know that by the crane waking your family up when I first moved in. But we get large, huge projects, 7-story buildings. I only have a certain amount of employees that work for us. My brother and I, how are we going to accomplish this huge project? We're not that big, right? Your project, whether it's whatever it is in life, education, basketball, baseball, football, lacrosse, soccer, I don't care what it is. The off season, take that huge project and create sequences in small, turn that huge project into 5 small little projects. Then you're not as overwhelmed, okay? So this summer, don't look at your whole basketball game and say, I have to transform my whole game and improve so much. No. Take that huge project and break it down into small little projects. Once you get those 2 jobs done, now you're on to the next 2. Okay? Do you guys understand that? Don't look at it in a whole. You want to improve your ball handling and there's 7 other things? Well, make a priority list of 3 things by the end of the summer and beginning of next season, what you want to improve. Okay? Thank you guys, man. Oh, the best part. Well, I want you guys to sign this. We started a little game during practice that the boys love so much. All right? Shooters only. We have a shooters only champion. Right? But I thought it wasn't right for the coach to take the award. So I'm going to let the shooter champion come up and receive the award. Chris Leuzzi, we had a winner here. Each Friday we would shoot 3-pointers, right?
Got it, yeah.
And we all sign and bring it home. And if you didn't bring it back to the next practice, you're dealing with him and you're running suicide, as they call it in basketball, right? So, Chris, you get to keep this ball. I want everybody to sign this. And then, Chris, I don't know what you want to do. Put it next to that ball, but this is yours. You earned it, okay? All right. So here we go. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much, man. I learned a lot. I probably learned more from you than you learned from me. So, all right.